Good morning, children. How are you guys doing today? Are you ready for ring time on this chilly morning? Great. Grab your chair and let's get started. Who can tell me what day of the week today is? Very good. Today is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Yay! Ooh, it is freezing on this Friday. Let's see. Who can tell me which number day today is? Very good. Today is the 5th day of the week. Let's count it out. Monday is the 1st. Tuesday is the 2nd. Wednesday is the very good 3rd. And then after Wednesday again, Thursday, and that's the 4th. And Friday is the 5th. Very good, guys. And if today is Friday, yesterday was very good. It was Thursday. And who can tell me tomorrow? What will tomorrow be? Yes, tomorrow will be Saturday. Yay! Fridays are also the last working day of the week. Saturdays and Sundays are weekend. Let's quickly do our days of the week. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do you want to sing out our months of the year? Great, let's do it. It is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And let's sing out our alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time won't you sing with me? Wow, you guys sang it so beautifully. Who can tell me what our theme for this week is? Very good. Our theme for this week is dinosaurs. And I've had so much fun teaching you guys about dinosaurs. We've learned so much and there's so much still to learn about dinosaurs. Who can remember what is the scientist called who studied dinosaurs? Yes, it's a paleontologist. Oh, that must be an amazing job. And what were the 3 phases of the Mosaic era? It is 1, Triassic. Very good. The second period was Jurassic. And the last one, Cretaceous. You guys are just too clever. So I know we've learned a lot about what Earth looked like back when the dinosaurs were walking on Earth. Can you still remember what Earth was called in the Triassic period when we were just one supercontinent? Let's see. Pangea! You guys are too clever. It looks like you've learned a lot about dinosaurs. We've learned so much about when dinosaurs were alive. But have you ever thought about what happened? Why did they get extinct? I know extinct is such a funny word. It sounds like stink, but it's a little bit different. Extinct means when something dies out and it no longer exists anymore. So, do you know what happened? Don't be embarrassed because you don't know. There are so many people who don't know because not even scientists are completely sure what happened. In which phase do you think dinosaurs went extinct? Which was the last phase? Very good. Cretaceous period. And it ended about 60 million years ago. So about 65 million years ago, something enormous happened in such a big way that ended up killing off almost all dinosaurs. And there's about 3 different theories on what could have happened to kill off the dinosaurs. The most common theory, that means the theory that almost everybody knows about, is that a huge asteroid smashed into Earth. So imagine my hand is Earth, and here comes a huge asteroid coming into our atmosphere. But remember, when we learned about space, we learned that almost all asteroids just burn out in space, and that's why we think they're shooting stars, but they're actually not. They're just asteroids burning up in our atmosphere. But it was huge, and it didn't burn up in Earth's atmosphere, and it hit us. It was about 12 kilometers wide. It would take you hours to walk from the one side to the other side. But what was even bigger is the impact of the asteroid created a crater. So have you ever thrown a rock into water? I want you to go and throw a rock into water and see how the water makes waves going out. The same kind of thing happened when the asteroid bumped in, smashed into Earth. It went out and created a crater that was 200 kilometers in width. Whoa, it was enormous. But they think that the asteroid came into Earth with such a speed at 1,000 kilometers per hour. It came in with such a force that when it hit the Earth's crust, it created a huge crater, which meant that there was so much dust and debris, and from all of the fire of the crater that burned up, it created so much smoke and dust and debris that rose up and sat in our Earth's atmosphere. And it covered our Earth's atmosphere so that the sun couldn't shine through anymore. Do you know that sunlight is so important? Plants cannot live without sunlight. They die. Have you ever had a plant in your house that you put in maybe a dark corner and it just died? Even though you gave it water and love, it still just died because it needs the sun's rays to grow. So what they think happened is because of this layer of dust and debris that was in the Earth's atmosphere, the sun couldn't shine through, which means all of the plants on Earth died out. And what do herbivores eat? Very good. Our plant-eating dinosaurs couldn't get food anymore, which meant they starved and died. And if all of the plant-eating dinosaurs died out, what do you think carnivores eat? Yes, carnivores eat meat. And without their herbivore friends, there was nothing left for them to eat. So they also died out. Oh, isn't that so sad? But there is also a lot of scientists that think, even before the asteroid smashed into Earth, that in India, a lot of the volcanoes that were there started erupting, which means a lot of the dinosaurs were trapped in lava. And the dinosaurs who weren't trapped in lava, they went through the same kind of situation where all of the ash from the volcanoes rose up, and it was so toxic for the dinosaurs that the ones that didn't die of the lava, they died of the toxicity in the air. But it also rose up to the atmosphere, and aided in blocking out the sunlight. And what happens when sunlight can't come through our Earth's atmosphere? Our plants die out. And if our plants die out, our plant-eating dinosaur friends die out. And if our plant-eating dinosaur friends die out, then our meat-eating dinosaur friends die out. Oh, it must have been so horrible. Shame. But there were still a few dinosaurs that were resilient enough to survive. We know that a lot of the crocodiles that we know today come from dinosaurs. They're their relatives. And the same thing with turtles. And tortoises, they also come from dinosaurs. They've been here so long. So they somehow found a way to survive. Let's see what my Big I Wonder Why book has to say about why the dinosaurs died out. What happened to the dinosaurs? Something very strange happened about 65 million years ago. All the dinosaurs just vanished, together with all of the flying reptiles and most of the sea reptiles. No one knows for sure what happened to them. That's because nobody was around that time to figure it out. Perhaps the dinosaurs were poisoned by a new kind of plant. That's not impossible either. Many scientists think that giant rocks from outer space smashed into Earth, throwing up a great cloud of dust which blotted out the sun. This changed the weather and killed off most of the plants. First, the plant-eating dinosaurs died of cold and hunger, and then the meat-eaters died. And that's also most likely why we got the Ice Age. Because of the sun that was blocked out, Earth got so cold. A few people believe that sea reptiles like the Alamosaurus didn't die out, and that families of them now live in the big lakes in Scotland, and they are known as the Loch Ness Monster. Are there any dinosaurs around today? Although there aren't any true dinosaurs alive today, we do have some of their relatives. Scientists think that birds develop from dinosaurs because their skeletons are similar. So, look carefully the next time you see a bird nesting in a tree or hopping around on the grass. Oh, a real-life dinosaur right on our doorstep. Let's see what our dinosaur book has to say about what happened to our poor friends, the dinosaurs. Death of dinosaurs. The mighty dinosaurs are no longer with us, as well as suffering illnesses and injuries. Like all living things, they were victims to a devastating disaster of extinction. Even at the end of the Cretaceous period, 65 million years ago. There have been many theories as to what happened. Scientists now believe that the main cause of extinction was the huge space rock called an asteroid that struck Earth at that time. You might think, how do they know that there was an asteroid that struck Earth so many millions of years ago? Well, that is because they found the crater that it made, and they studied the rocks, and they've noticed the anomalies in the rocks. The shock of the impact would have caused an immediate catastrophe, followed by perhaps hundreds or thousands of years of severe climate change. The dominant animals of the Mosaic area were all killed. However, the mammals, which had remained small and insignificant through the dinosaur time, survived the disaster. They spread and evolved and eventually took over the dinosaurs as the ruling group on Earth. Lost survivors. We know that there were some creatures that survived. This chart shows how all animals were affected by the extinction of the Cretaceous period. The dinosaurs and big sea reptiles weren't totally wiped out. Other groups have gone on to survive until today, as well as mammals. These include amphibians, insects, and some reptiles and birds, the only group of dinosaurs to remain today. And here you can have a look. Birds, about 25% of them survived. The crocodiles, about 65% of them survived. And then turtles, about 73% of them survived. Mammals, about 86% of them survived. And amphibians, 100% of them survived. Wow! Fatal space rock. An asteroid burning its way into the atmosphere, colliding with Earth, would have looked something like this. Wow, can you see how big and bright it is? On impact, it would have made a huge hole called a crater. In the 1990s, scientists discovered such a crater in Mexico. The crater is not visible on the surface, but scientists can deduce its size and shape by the structure of the rocks beneath. It is around 200 kilometers wide and was caused by an asteroid about 12 kilometers wide. The date of the impact consists of the mass extinction 65 million years ago. It would have sent out shock waves and tsunamis. Do any of you know what a tsunami is? There's been a few tsunamis in my lifetime. While I've been fortunate enough to not be anywhere near them, I do know a bit about them. What happens when there's a tsunami is there's an earthquake deep, deep, deep down in the ocean, and the shock waves of the earthquake is so enormous that it contracts the waves and it pushes them out with such a force that it creates an enormous wave. So you get the earthquake deep under the ocean, the water pulls back into the ocean and it pushes it out with such an enormous force that you get huge, huge, huge waves. So it would have sent out shock waves, tsunamis, started with widespread forest fires and caused such a devastating climate change that all life suffered. Oh. Volcanoes and eruptions. There was severe volcano activity during the time of the extinction too, about 500,000 years before the asteroid impact in Mexico. Wow, so it was actually quite a long time before the asteroid hit the Earth. Such effects on the climate, spreading clouds of smoking debris and volcanic gases that would have hidden the sun. And that is how our dinosaurs unfortunately died out. Or should we maybe say fortunately? Because if it wasn't for their extinction, we probably would not have been here today. It gave us a chance to step forward and evolve into what we know today. Let's go and have a look at what Teacher Sal has to teach us today. Then we're going to come back and I'll teach you how to draw your very own dinosaur.
Good morning everyone, Teacher Sal here today. How are you all doing? I hope you've enjoyed the week and you've enjoyed the sunshine. The weather's been quite nice. But now it's getting cold again and I think for the weekend, but we are in winter. Do you know what day of the week it is? It is Friday, and Friday is our 5th day of the week. How many days do we have in the week? We have 7. Let's clap it out. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7 days in our week. And what season are we in now? I've just said we are in winter. So we get summer, we get autumn, we get winter, and then our spring. And we are in winter now. So normally now by June it gets cold, and probably be quite cold till about September, I think. But hopefully not as cold as it is now. So guys, I thought today, since we've been learning about dinosaurs this week, which I know has been great fun for you guys and great fun for teacher Stephanie and I want to do some baking with you again. So I'm going to bake us a little dinosaur. And what I'm going to do is I've got half a Marie biscuit that I'm going to use as his body. So as I go along, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And then maybe you can try this as well with Mom and your dad. There we go. Then I'm going to make a little tail. I'll show you now with a piece of pretzel. So let me just show you what I've done so far, so you can just see. So there's our dinosaur, the biscuit, if you can see it. Sorry guys, the sun's shining in here. And then I'm going to do his long neck. And for that, I have got little pieces of licorice. And I will show you. Can you see? There we go. There's his long neck, his tail and his body. And I need to do his head. And Teacher Sal happened to have a little bit of chocolate in my cupboard. And that is going to be our dinosaur's very own head. If you can see that. Sorry guys, it's just a lot of sun shining in. There's his head. And now I'm going to he needs some feet. So we need to quickly do some feet. And for that I'm going to also use little pieces of pretzel. And I'm going to make his feet. So this is our, let's just turn, fantastic dinosaur. Can you see guys? So maybe you can try do that with Mom and Dad. Something nice to try and something nice to eat. Let me just put it over here now. There we go. That was lots of fun, wasn't it? And now what I want to do, remember we've been doing during the week, I've been doing different shapes with you, different dinosaur shapes. So I thought today we could actually try that little dinosaur. So let's see with our shapes if we can do it. Remember I said to you, if you've got the shapes, you can trace them with paper and then cut them out in color. So all have a circle shape, but I've cut it into half, which makes it a semicircle. So I'm going to quickly cut that, or sorry, at least stick that for us. And then we'll have the body of our dinosaur. Then now we need a triangle for his head. So let me find a nice size triangle. this would be nice. Now, how do we know that this is a triangle shape, or the shape of a triangle? Because a triangle has 1, 2, 3 sides. So now we're going to stick his head, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so now we have our dinosaur and our dinosaur head. And now we need to do part of his body, his feet. Let's just get this. We're going to use this piece, a much smaller triangle. There we go. Can you see? Okay. And we're going to do his tail. And his tail can be made up. We can either do squares or we can do a rectangle. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one square for his body, the back of his body, for his tail, and then we're going to do a rectangle. And we know this is a square because a square has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Then let's just get our rest of the things ready. I'm going to cut out a rectangle shape. Remember, I told you that with a rectangle, let's just quickly, a rectangle is like a square, but it's longer. Why? Because it has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. So we're going to stick that on as well. And there is our dinosaur. How cool is that? But what you could also do is it could lie this side too, or this way. Okay, lots and lots of fun. And remember, during the week we did these dinosaurs, that one and that one. Also lots of fun. I've actually still got shapes over. I didn't do all the pictures with you, but if you've got these pictures, please try and see if you can do some of the other shapes. Remember just to trace the shapes that you were given, or you can just use them and cut them out and color them in and make your very own dinosaur pictures. Lots of fun, hey guys? Well, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you've enjoyed doing the baking. I just thought it's something nice to do on a Friday, because it's a nice day to do baking, and it's a fun Friday, and fun Fridays we must do lots of fun things, mustn't we? Let's have a quick look at our baking again. My dinosaur's got a little, it's dried a little bit, but how cool is that? Please see if you can try and do that. Doesn't matter what biscuits you use, but it's just something fun to do. Hey, missing you guys so much, and I really can't wait to have you back at school. I know teacher Stephanie can't either. Then we can actually all do the baking together, and we can do all the arts and crafts together, which would be lots of fun. You know what teacher Sal didn't do was her good morning ring time song, but let's do it now, because that's something fun, and I hope you guys are going to remember this song, because when we're back at school, we're definitely going to sing this in our ringtone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Are you ready for some fun? Stand up, turn around, give me a big clap, put your hands, sit down, and put your hands in your lap. Let's do our little dinosaur poem or song that we've been doing this week. I had a little dinosaur. I put it in my hat. I let it ride around a while. And that was that. I had a little dinosaur. I put it in my shoe. I let it ride around a while. Wouldn't you? I had a little dinosaur. I put it in my sleeve. I let it ride around a while till it had to leave. I had a little dinosaur. I put it in my car. I let it ride around a while, but not too far. I had a little dinosaur. I put it in my bed. I read it stories for a while, and good night it said. Lots and lots of fun. Should we do some of our other ring time songs that we haven't done for a while? I think let's do that. Let's do the two little bees in the garden. Two little bees in the garden had a very, very busy time. Said the one little bee to the other little bee, is your pum-pum bigger than mine? Is your pum-pum, is your pum-pum, is your pum-pum bigger than mine? Said the one little bee to the other little bee, is your pum-pum bigger than mine? And let's do our beehive song. We did that yesterday. Here is the beehive, where are the bees? Hiding inside where nobody sees. Now they are flying out of the hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now they are flying back to the hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's do our scarecrow song. We haven't done that for a very long time. On our hands and knees on the ground. When all the cows are sleeping and the sun had gone to bed, up jumped the scarecrow, and this is what he said. I'm a dingle-dangle scarecrow with a flippy-floppy hat. I can shake my hands like this and shake my feet like that. And then let's do our little bunny song. On our hands and knees again. See the little bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Come and gently wake them with a merry tune. They so still, are they ill? Wake up, jump, jump, little bunnies, never stop. Jump, little bunnies, never stop. Lots of fun. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our Friday's ring time. It was a fun Friday ring time, wasn't it? We did our baking and we did some shapes and made a dinosaur, and then just sung some of our all-time favorite ring time songs. I think this week has been great. It's been lots of fun, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Keep very warm because it's going to be very chilly. And I'm going to see you again next week on Monday, which is the first day of our school week, and we're going to learn something new and something fun. Okay, guys, have a lovely weekend and afternoon. Bye.
Thanks, Teacher Sal. Guys, are you ready to learn how to draw your very own dinosaur? Great. Let's go and have a look. Are you guys ready to learn how to draw your very own dinosaur? Great, let's get to it. First off, we're going to start with the top part of the head and the neck. You're going to start off with the bottom part of the jaw. We go around, here your neck comes, and then we're going to draw the bottom part of your jaw and the bottom part of your neck. You see your dinosaur has a nice smile. Now we need to go down with your neck. Next, we're going to draw your dinosaur's eye. So we're going to make a big circle with a smaller circle inside it. with the rest of your body. You're going to make a small hump for its back, come up with its tail, then going to go right back down. And this is where we're going to start making your dinosaur's legs. So I think what we should do is we're going to draw little rectangles. But the top one, you're going to make that side a bit lighter because we're going to take it out. So we're doing the rectangle all the way up. Then we're doing little bumps for your toes. 1, 2, 3 bumps. Then you're going to draw in your stomach. And we're going to do your next leg. So here we go again with your rectangle. What is a rectangle, guys? It is 2 short sides and 2 long sides. So let's add in those bumps for the toes. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to close this gap with the neck. Next, I want you to take out the top part of your rectangle. But remember, dinosaur has 4 legs. So now we need to draw in your other leg on your other side. So we're going to put it in there. So you're going to do a long side and a short side and your bumps for your toes. And we're going to do the same thing on the side. We're going to do a long one and a short one and your bumps for your toes. And there you have your dinosaur. Do you think our dinosaur needs a big leafy bush so that it can have something to eat, so that it doesn't go extinct? Great, let's do it. Let's do the sides of our tree because our dinosaur looks quite tall. Hey, what do you think? Let's do some lines for our grass here at the bottom. Oh, I think we should do a big leafy bush for our dinosaur to eat. Yummy, yummy. Let's make some curly leaves. Maybe you can even draw some apples in your tree. Some nice juicy red apples. Yummy. And I think we also need a sun for our dinosaur. What do you think? I'm going to make my sun here in the corner with nice sunny rays coming out so that our dinosaur and his tree has lots of sunlight to grow in. And that is our dinosaur. Are you guys going to make your own dinosaur? It was super easy and super fun. Won't you guys please send me some pictures of your dinosaurs? I would love to see them. Now, let's go and read our last 2 stories of the week. Today's story, how do dinosaurs stay friends? How does a dinosaur keep his best friend when a terrible fight just might signal an end? Does he scribble a note with a horrible scowl? Does he wipe his muddy feet on his friend's favorite towel? Does he tear up a book that his friend let him take? Does he throw his friend's lunchbox straight into the lake? That's not nice. Does he write on the blackboard a very bad name? Does he tell all the kids that his friend is to blame? Does he kick his friend's bike? Does he egg his friend's house door? Does he push his friend hard so that he lands on the floor? Does he scream? Is he mean? Does he spit or does he spy? Does he tell the new teacher a very big lie about who did the pushing and why? No, a dinosaur doesn't. He won't even try. He sends a nice note taking most of the blame. He's surprised when his friend did the same. He has his friend over to share and play, letting him choose the first toy of the day. He brings to the school a toy dragon and knight with a card that says, "Really, I don't want to fight." And then, when the class is all given a break, he gives his friend cookies he helped his mom make. He wraps up a favorite bear with a bow and he brings it along as a gift just to show that even though friends may occasionally fight, there is always a way to make everything right. Good hugs and more keeps a friend dinosaur. Today's story: how do dinosaurs clean their rooms? How does a dinosaur clean up his room? With a big bucket loader or a shovel or a broom? Does he stick all his teddy bears under his bed or shove them all into his closet instead? Does he put dirty socks in the back of his drawer? Does he hide his old jammies behind the bathroom doors? No, a dinosaur doesn't. He does all his chores. He picks up the toys and puts them in rows. And into the hamper he throws his dirty clothes, and all the ripped paper goes into the basket before either Mama or Papa can ask it. His room is quite tidy, the shelves, the bed and the floor. Thank you, little dinosaur. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories and had so much fun learning about dinosaurs. We'll see you again next week. Have an amazing weekend. Bye.